Hello my queen, welcome to Les Bells de Benny, your space of light, balance, and inner rebirth. Here, you learn to reclaim your place, restore your self-esteem, and assert yourself without losing your gentleness. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that affects many women. When your husband no longer listens to you, you talk, you explain, you sometimes even shout, but you feel like your words are lost in the wind. You end up tired, frustrated, misunderstood, and sometimes hurt. But my queen, there is another voice. A way to make yourself heard without raising your voice, without crying, without begging. A way based on feminine wisdom, quiet strength, and conscious emotional communication. Stay with me until the end, because this message will teach you to speak to be heard, not just to vent. Today, my queen, I'm sharing with you 5 powerful keys to make yourself heard with gentleness and authority. The first key is to calm your heart before opening your mouth. My queen, when your husband no longer listens to you, the first temptation is often to shout or force a conversation. But my sister, a word spoken in anger closes the other person's heart. Before speaking, breathe, pray, meditate, or take a moment to center yourself. This brings you clarity and allows you to choose the right words instead of pouring out words of pain. A calm heart opens the ears of the one listening to you. The second key is to choose the right moment to express yourself. A message delivered at the wrong time is often poorly received. Don't speak when your husband is angry, stressed, or tired. Choose a time when he is relaxed, perhaps after a meal or a moment of intimacy. This will make him more receptive because he will be in an open frame of mind. Remember, timing is the key to successful communication. The third key is to speak with words of peace, not attack. Phrases like, "You never listen to me," close the heart. Replace the parts with, "I'd like you to listen to me a little more, because I need to feel understood." This change in tone shows that you want peace, not war. This will get him to listen better, because your husband won't feel judged. A wise woman knows that a gentle sigh is more powerful than a cry of despair. The fourth key is to remain consistent between your words and your actions. If you say you want peace but your tone is aggressive, your message loses its value. Consistency between your actions and your words gives weight to your message. Speak calmly, look him in the eyes, without threats or tears. This gives you natural authority and makes it clear that you're not complaining, but looking for a solution. The fifth key, dear sister, is to talk about your feelings, not just the problem. Men often respond better to emotion than to confrontation. Tell him what you feel, not what he's doing wrong. For example, "When you don't listen to me, I feel invisible." This phrase opens the door to compassion rather than defensiveness. It brings you deeper, more human communication. My queen, when you change the way you speak, you change the way you are answered. It's not the volume of your voice that matters, but the peace that accompanies your words. A woman's true power lies in knowing how to express her truth without losing her dignity. Here are 5 practical examples to help you make yourself heard in your home. The first example is to wait for the right moment to talk about an important topic. If your husband comes home tired from work, don't bombard him with questions right away. Prepare a quiet moment, in the evening or on the weekend, and say to him, "Honey, I'd like us to talk about something important when you have a quiet moment." This shows respect and that you consider his state of mind. The second example is to use a gentle tone instead of a confrontational one. When you speak, speak gently, without raising your voice. Even if he interrupts you, remain calm and say, "I understand, but please let me finish." This attitude gives you control of the conversation and shows that you are in charge of the situation without resorting to violence. The third example is to show that you are also listening. Sometimes, your husband stops listening to you because he doesn't feel heard himself. Let him speak without interrupting, then respond calmly. When he sees that you respect his point of view, he will do the same. This leads to balanced communication based on mutual respect. The fourth example is to rephrase what you feel without accusing. Instead of saying, "You don't love me anymore," say, "Lately, I've felt a little distant from you. I'd like us to reconnect." This phrase transforms a complaint into an invitation to reconnect, eliciting a gentler response and showing an open heart. The fifth example is to step back when the discussion becomes tense. If voices are rising, don't stay in the heat of the moment. Calmly say, "I feel we're getting too tense. We'll talk about it again when we're calmer." This gives you emotional control and shows that you refuse unnecessary arguments. You earn respect not through force, but through your wisdom. My queen, we don't need to shout to be heard or cry to be understood. Your voice carries weight when it's imbued with peace and wisdom. Gentleness isn't a weakness, it's a queen's weapon. My queen, place your hand on your heart, my queen, and repeat this declaration of faith with me. My voice is powerful and full of peace. I speak with wisdom, and my words bear fruit. I am heard, understood, and respected. I communicate with love, not anger. God gave me a gentle tongue that builds up, not one that destroys. Repeat this declaration this time, so that it takes root in your mind and transforms the way you communicate. And you, my beautiful demon, tell me in the comments. What gentle phrase could you use this week to make yourself heard without raising your voice? Share it, inspire another woman, and show that we can listen without shouting. Subscribe to Les Bells Des Benz. Click, like, and share this video. A sister, a friend, a wife who feels exhausted from talking to herself. Your sharing can restore peace to a home. In the next video, we'll talk about when your husband neglects you. How to rekindle the connection without putting yourself down. A powerful message for all women who want to relearn how to be seen, loved, and honored without begging for attention, my queen. May the God of wisdom fill your mouth with gentleness. May he grant you the grace to speak with balance and be listened to with respect. May your home be a place of dialogue, love, and understanding. See you very soon.